And welcome back to another segment of Our Voice, Our Opinion. Today we're still sitting here with our special guest, Ms. Jeanette.
Hey.
And we're having a good time with her, just talking and politicking about some different things. So today we're going to talk about, it seems like black folk, we have a protest going on constantly now. Do black people talk about race too much? And I'm not just talking about in the news, in the media, whatever. I'm talking about in movies, in conversation. Do we always bring up the race card? Do we always talk about, oh, it's a black thing, you wouldn't understand? Do we talk about race too much? And then when we get to the point of protest, does it seem like we're yelling and losing our voice?
Come on.
I'm going to say, no, we don't talk about race too much.
Really?
No.
Really?
And then I'm going to
I agree
say,
with you.
yes, we are losing our voice at
Okay.
the end. The reason why I'm saying we're not talking about race enough is because we still have children who don't know their own history. They don't know their own. They don't know their.
Definitely.
They don't know where they come
Definitely.
from. They don't understand any of that. So yeah, we got a lot of stuff going on in the media, and we got movies like the Nat Turner movie that I've seen. I think everyone should go see. That's my commercial. Anyways, but I don't think we're talking enough about it. I don't think we're teaching
I
enough.
don't think
Now,
we're talking about it too
that's-
much. We're not talking about what we should be talking about.
Okay. That's what I was about to say.
That's what I think it's going
So what
now,
is it
you're
that we
talking
need to
about
talk
something.
about?
What you just said.
You're talking
We're
about
not teaching.
history, positive things.
Yes.
Who invented what.
Yes.
Where we come from,
Yes.
things like that. Now, then there's a flip side of, oh, they're treating us wrong. The white man's always got us down. They're shooting and
Black
killing
Lives
us.
Matter.
Black Lives Matter. This and that. So I think there's two separate things. So I think the question was stemming from the protest and Black Lives Matter in the news and stuff like that.
Extremely pro-black, I still say no, we're not talking about it enough. Why?
Okay.
Because it's still happening. And I know a lot of people was like, oh, it's out here right now, and we're talking a lot about it because we have cameras and stuff. It's been going on way before we had camera phones and
True
recording
enough.
stuff. So,
Absolutely.
you know what I'm saying? So if right now we're focused on one particular thing right now, police brutality, murdering of young black men,
Right.
black men. So if we're gonna sit up here and say, hey, you guys are just yelling, screaming, yeah, we're screaming about something, and at the end question, we're losing our voice because we're focused on this, but we're not coming together to have a resolution, to solve the problem.
I
You
agree.
know what
I
I'm
agree with you. And the problem that I have is that when we're trying to speak about something, we are not educated, like we were saying before about it. Instead of having an educated conversation we're having right now, it's, hey man, the man, what's going on? I will kill him, and it makes our people look bad. It makes it look like we're talking gibberish, but we don't talk about it enough. We need to have people who want to voice their opinion to do some research on what they
Yes.
want to talk about. Speak so we can understand you, not just come from an aggressive standpoint. Show that you're passionate about what you want to talk about, but focus on the main issue. And if we do that, we should talk about it more and more.
But how do you do that when you have social media? Everybody can go live now. So instead of just the news, everybody has a voice.
Man, they finding Jenkins on the street corner instead of talking to
Well,
Sir Isaac Khan.
But I mean, now Sir Jenkins is pulling up his own phone
and
hitting the live button and saying, oh, the white man this, the black man should be doing this and this and that. So and we start forming these opinions, and it's so much of it going on. Where do we find the good from the bad, and when
Community.
community? So how do we all come together and say we want to push for this?
The real people don't talk; they show action. And they'll show action in their community. They'll go to different churches, they'll go to different events or create rallies. The people who just talk all the time will flip their camera up, say a comment, and it's a shocking comment that's going to draw attention rather than a comment that's
Yeah,
needed.
I feel like, back I'm gonna go back to MLK, Dr. King. When he was doing the whole Boyd County, he brought everybody
Yes, he
together.
did.
And not
Okay.
just, it wasn't like, hey, you over here in DC, you in Texas. He brought everyone to one location
Agreed.
Okay.
to do what he needed to get done. So right now, for example, if something was going on here in Kentucky, right, and we say, you know, we're coming together, we're like, we don't like that. And we say, okay, guys, we're gonna come together and we're gonna go to this one location, whether it be the library, the church, a gym, something,
Right.
to come together and voice
And
and
a
talk to
leader.
each other. Yes,
But I think
we need
I
that.
think we covered that on another segment that we had, shameless plug. We were talking about we're lacking leaders now.
We are.
You brought up King. So back then we had a leader to say, okay, everybody, this is what we're going to do. We're not going to ride the bus. Now we have a
People are
little
too comfortable.
Yeah.
talking heads on the news to where we don't have a
I feel
quote
like
unquote leader.
It goes back to what you said, is that they're not educated, one,
Yeah.
and if they're doing talking, they're talking a lot about nothing,
Yeah.
yes,
Yeah.
and loudly.
and real loud.
Yes.
And it's only so that they can look a certain way.
Yes.
When it's time to step to the plate
Yep.
and make something happen, then
They're out of gas.
they fall. Yeah,
Yep.
they fall short.
But I also-
Actions will always speak louder than words, and most of them are not doing anything they need to do. I'm not saying most of them. People need to get involved in their community. If they want to have marches, they have organized marches. Want to boycott, have organized boycott. Not just have a boycott, and then all of a sudden someone gets in the microphone, there's no leader, and starts saying blah blah blah. I hate white people. I hate this type of people.
Right.
That ruins your whole movement.
Oh yeah.
Has no
Okay.
sense.
Because I don't think we should turn around and say, okay, you know, police brutality and killing of black young men and black people, and then turn around and say, hey, we're gonna go kill white people. No, that's not gonna resolve anything. You know,
Right.
that's not fixing our problem. I
definitely.
feel like, and you saying we have onesie twosies online. I also believe that people we've come so far away from Dr. King that now I have a job and I have this house and I live
Come
in
on
this
now.
neighborhood.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm okay. I don't live in the hood
That's
anymore.
not my problem
That's not.
anymore.
I went to school and I'm not saying that every black person thinks this way or every minority. Let me just go ahead and say that every minority thinks this way. I'm saying that we've got to a point where we've gotten so far away from ourselves.
Do you think we were doing better at a point in time? Do you think we've taken steps back in 2016?
Yes,
Yes, I would
I
say.
agree.
Taking steps back as a black community.
As a community,
As
as
a
a whole,
community, as-
Well,
as
there's the
yes,
community
yes.
as black. We're talking about black people. I think because the community
think-
is different. The
yeah,
face of our
everything.
community is different now.
It's changing.
We're
We
looking
live
at
in so many different spots, and so we're all spread out. Back in the day, we lived here.
Because we were only allowed to.
Yeah,
live
let me
there.
say-
And I'm
let
just
me say
saying
that, 'cause
but
once-
that's why we had more unity then, because we all were right here. We said, okay, we went to this corner store, we went to this church. Now everybody lives
So,
all
see,
over.
So
here's
let
my
me
thing.
say is once we start stepping forward, we're pulled down.
Mm-hmm.
We're told comments like we talk too much, or the 1920s Oklahoma City bombing. We have a black strong community, and next thing you know,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
they bomb it because of progression and whatnot. So the same thing. Once we get forward, what happens? They find a way, or people find a way who are racist and discriminatory to find ways to break that apart because you're too strong as a people or as a nation.
And they
Your
already
vote-
know that.
Your vote counts. So what do? They know that majority of African Americans are incarcerated or have a lack of ID.
Or they take away
So
that.
This is not
we need
going to
ID.
go.
You need ID only to vote. Oh, you're incarcerated. You cannot vote. And
You got a
those
felony.
are
You're a
the things
felon.
that
You
are
can't vote.
changing
You can't vote.
completely. And that's why we need to speak out more.
So let's talk solutions. How do we speak out more? Should everybody get on their Facebook Live post and start saying, black people do better, let's
No,
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 they're already doing
no,
it.
we're already
They're
doing
doing
that.
it.
What
We
is
need-
what
we
are
need-
the solutions?
We need
What are
rubber to
solutions?
meet the road. I feel like
Organize.
we need to organize. So one thing that I've learned, and I'm probably the youngest person here, but one thing that I've learned, especially being a newfound Christian, is you help the people in need in what they need.
Definitely,
Right?
definitely.
So the churches will have organizations for food and clothes and everything. So why is it only the church? Why can't me and you, and me and you come together and say, hey, this weekend we're gonna do this drive. We're gonna do haircuts. We're gonna wash clothes. We're gonna, if you need something, we got you. Why can't we come to, even if we don't live in a community anymore? Why can't we come back to the community and say, hey, let's do this. I want to see you come out too, or I want to see you do better as well.
That's a cultural thing too, because as black people, we go to the church for our voice and for counseling and for.
And I think
But our voice dies there.
Agreed.
Yeah.
But I think
It dies there. I come to church
group
and I
is
listen, I
already
talk.
established. You already have an established group. You say, okay, this group of people is already. That's why other people come to the church. The politicians, they come to the church because they say, oh, this group of people are already in this circle. Let me go address them real quick. Give my little 2 cents in, and
So
then
they
I'm
put
out.
a name with the face.
Right. So but to go ahead.
I think one of a big issue is that we also do not support
Each other.
the way we
Definitely.
should.
Definitely.
We only start supporting when it gets into the riotous behavior,
Mhm.
the outspoken and the aggressive behavior, and then we're a unit and we're ready to come and have something to say. But when we're talking about things that you just got done saying, when are we going to get together to have something on the weekend or a drive here and there?
And not-
Nobody shows up. You and your 5 family members and your Uncle Joe. And I think what can we do to get us to start supporting where the support is going to matter?
Where's the need? Because I drove down Broadway and they had a barber's chair the last week. They had a barber's chair there and they were giving away clothes. And the guy was cutting hair underneath the overpass and they were giving out clothes. I don't know what organization it was, but is that the type of thing that you're talking about when you're saying the community just come back together? I don't know if it was free haircuts or whatever.
We need
but
to
people
see
were
more
lined
of
up.
that.
We
We need
need
to
to
see
see
more
more.
of that.
Morale is low.
Yes.
I was
Yes.
get our morale up,
Yeah.
and I think those things will start to take effect.
I don't see
I
the
feel in
media
our
going and
community, we-
videotaping
like,
that stuff. Just the
and
shooting,
that's
it's
another
the
thing.
violence, it's all that.
We don't get that kind of. You don't get the positive image.
Oh, no.
No one's not recording.
me-
No one's going on live like, oh man, look at my boy coming out here. He's doing free
No.
haircuts.
No.
No one's doing that.
No, the media is strictly for portraying negativity.
Yeah.
So why do we
Especially
look
in
towards the
our
media so much for
'Cause we
our
pay for it.
validation?
Because that's all we
Our
have.
voice, our-
Sincerely, it's the strongest outlet.
That's all we have.
It's the strongest outlet.
I don't believe so. I think that's another subject for another time because you can be on YouTube, you can be on your own live thing,
That's
and it'll
media.
travel around the world.
But that's
Right.
media, and if you
Yeah.
get so many
Yeah.
hits, if you get so many hits, you'll make CNN.
Yep.
Right.
True.
And-
And they'll
and how
come
do
to
you
you.
do that?
They'll come to you.
That's media. Make it all.
They'll
But,
come
but
to you.
how does that happen? Putting something on there that's worth looking at. No one wants to look at positive things. They want to look at craziness. They want to look at
So
foolishness.
should we
They
just
wanna look at
keep
neg-
doing
ignorance.
foolishness?
That's
Or
why-
should-
that's why-
Absolutely
that's why-
not.
That's
No,
why
That's what I'm
Donald
saying,
Trump
though.
is famous.
Negative.
We shouldn't worry about what the news is showing or cares about. We should still push forward and do what we're doing. But I
True.
think going back to our initial question is, I think we need a leader or some leaders to head certain things up. Because if you don't have a leader, if you don't have a Dr. King or there was more than just Dr. King. It was a whole bunch of cats.
Absolutely.
But if you don't have these certain people to say, okay, we're going to boycott this on this day. It was foolishness how we were supposed to boycott all of these stores at the same time.
Yeah, yeah.
No one
And
knew
it
what
was
was
just,
going
it
on.
was foolish. And it was like, where is our mindset and why can't we come together on one thing? And we need you to help us answer that question
Please.
and to comment and also give us some more things to talk about. We'd love to hear your opinions on different things, but this is Our Voice, Our Opinion, and we'll be right back.